I want to share with you a little bit of information about Seacret, what's happening, and why the individual who invited you on this webinar is so excited. Maybe a friend, a family member, a colleague, someone that you've known for a while has invited you on this. And I'm going to do the best job I can to share with you what's happening with our company and really why you can benefit, really what's in it for you, so to speak. I do have another gentleman who is on the line in case my internet goes out, as it has been, to take over the call. He's also very qualified to share the information with you. He got started a little over a year ago. In fact, he sold his TV off of his wall to get started with the company. Started with like $1.24 in his bank account. Him and his wife, Heather, make their home in North Carolina. Just great people. Peyton and Lexi, their two beautiful daughters, are their family. And he was an undercover police officer. Of course, that's dangerous work. You don't want to be doing that all the time. So what ended up happening is he was looking for an alternative way to be successful, an alternative way to bring income in for the family, and he found this profession and got started with Seacret. And in his first 7 months, made over $100,000. His first year, just under $250,000. And he's helped several other people make an absolute fortune with the company. So he's on here as well. You'll be hearing from him a little bit later, and you'll definitely hear from him if I drop off. My name's Josh Denny, like I mentioned a moment ago. My wife Cindy and I make our home in Phoenix, Arizona right now, although I'm originally from California, Southern California. Our daughters, Michelle, 12, Joy is 4, and Jocelyn is 3. So we got a full house. And I was like a lot of people. I think I wanted to be successful. I saw other people doing well in life, and I wanted that. I just didn't know how. I wasn't raised in a wealthy home. My parents did the best they could. We didn't go without food or without shelter, but there wasn't an abundance. There wasn't extra stuff, and I always wondered, how can you do that? How can you get ahead? And obviously, I live in America, and you may be dialing in or connecting from Mexico or Canada, or I know there's people from all over the world on this webinar right now. But wherever you're from, I think it's about the same, right? We're told you go to school, get a good education, get as good grades as you can, go to college, the higher education, and hopefully you'll get a job someday. And you can work really hard for that company. Maybe one day your hard effort will be rewarded, and you can live, the American dream or Canadian dream or Mexican dream, or wherever it is you live. But especially in America, I think that's why so many people come to America is in search of that opportunity. Yet the game board has changed, hasn't it? Completely changed. Today, information technology is replacing things at such a high rate. What do? How do you get ahead? And you see people getting extraordinarily successful online with just stupid stuff, or at least seemingly stupid stuff, and you're thinking, I got to participate. I got to find a way to be able to leverage the technology today and build some type of business where my family can get ahead. And if you're thinking that's where I was at, and the problem was I just didn't have anyone that could teach me. And I heard about home-based businesses, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. Everyone has their own name for it. And like a lot of people, I thought it was one of those pyramid companies. Oh, those things don't work. No one makes money with that type of thing. And so many people think that. I was one of them until I met somebody who said, Josh, if you already knew how to become a millionaire, you'd be one. And this is way back then, and it really sunk in. I'm like, well, that's right. He's like, why do you listen to broke people? And it really hit me, because most of the people I was around at that time were broke. They didn't have any finances to speak of. They certainly weren't financially well off. Yet they all had the same opinions. Those don't work. This stuff doesn't work. But no one told me what did work. And my mentor said, listen, Josh, you got to start listening to people who have your solutions, and not people who have your problems. And that started me on a mental journey, started me really on a quest for knowledge to find out, how do you become successful? And I found out that this type of business model is phenomenal, and it helped me make millions of dollars in my 20s, changed my life drastically. And I had gone from nothing, proverbially, right, to something, having something. And several years ago, I ventured out onto my own. Actually, about 4 years ago, went on my own to start my own business, and ended up losing it. Like a lot of people, just didn't happen for me. I went up. I was doing well and just crashed hardcore. And actually, several businesses back to back. I ended up $1 million in debt. My wife was pregnant with my second daughter at the time. I'm freaking out. I don't know what I'm going to do, and I needed something to get back on my feet faster. I needed to make $1 million just to get to zero, okay? I can laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny then. I was having heart complications. Maybe you can relate, but I was having these panic attacks. I was freaking out. I saw these other opportunities to make money, but I didn't want to do just anything. I wanted to be passionate. I really wanted to believe in what it was I was doing. And when I heard the story I'm about to share with you, Seacret, that's what changed it for me. It really resonated with me. I got it. It made sense. And we started just recently, really the last few years. We've been building this company. It's been phenomenal. We've been blessed to earn a small fortune ourselves, in the millions of dollars already. And more importantly than that, we've got people that we brought into the business that are making more money than us. We've got people that are doing extraordinarily well, and over 60 plus people that I'm aware of making it into the six figures, several of them already over $1 million a year. Now, I say all that to say this, okay, that I've seen enough people in different backgrounds, different walks of life. We'll share with you some of the stories later that decided to get started, whether it was part-time or full-time, and ended up earning an incredible income. And actually, there's more professionals than at any other time in the history of this profession moving into this space. Doctors, accountants, engineers, lawyers, you name it. People that have gone out there, they got the degrees, they got the high education, they went out into the workforce, and they found out it wasn't what it was all cracked up to be. They got downsized, left size, right size, capsized, and you've heard the stories. And they were looking for an alternative way. And this business provides that alternative way. And for many people, it provides a safe way to earn some incredible part-time income and some pretty incredible full-time income as well. So let's go through this real quickly. I'm going to go into this, excuse me. Let me do this. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go through, let's see, start screen share. There we go. Are we good? All right. Let's do this, guys. I'm going to go through these slides real quickly and just basically share with you the Seacret story. Seacret's an international luxury skincare brand. They were founded in 2005. They partner with one of the leading manufacturers in the world when it comes to personal care. These guys are the best. They're 500 companies, as far as I'm aware, that they own. And Seacret's the only company. Hey, Josh, you're also controlling this, so be careful, buddy. Please, if you could just mute your microphone unless I drop out, that'd be awesome. Also, watch out the controls because you have the same ones I do, so you can change the slides. All right. Anyway, the company that manufactures us, they like I said, manufacture for over 500 brands, but they own all those brands. Some of them you've heard of, the Giorgio Armani, Lancome, Maybelline. These big, huge businesses. They do $25 billion a year, and they started manufacturing for us without ownership because I believe that our product is so incredibly unique in the marketplace. And I'll share with you a little bit more about that, but it's not just my opinion. We've sold over $1 billion in retail to prove that in some of the most prestigious malls all around the world. In fact, 40 countries, and I know at one point over 900 locations all over the world, and well into now, I think 1.3 billion will be our sales mark at the end of this year in retail sales. Now, the skincare profession as a whole is predicted to grow from 200 billion at over 400 billion just in the next several years. So obviously there's a tremendous market here. Our formulations are simple. We contain plant extracts, essential oils, Dead Sea minerals. We have a patented and clinically proven product with our Recover line we'll talk about. We, in essence, use the most advanced technologies anywhere in skincare. We like to say we're the perfect blend of science and nature. And you'll see why. We're hyperallergenic. We don't test on animals, none of that stuff. We just use the very best ingredients, and we spend a tremendous fortune on our formulas. And what makes us really unique is the Dead Sea minerals that we infuse into the products. We've got, the Dead Sea's, thousands of years. We have 5,000 years of history that we know of on the Dead Sea at the lowest point on Earth, 1,388 feet below sea level. There's 26 minerals there. There's a unique combination of 12 that are exclusive only to its waters. It's a 33% salt content, so if you actually went there, you'd float. And my wife and I were there not too long ago, and it was amazing. You get in there, and you can't sink. I mean, you can just sit there like you're sitting in a lawn chair. It's remarkable. And when you get out, your skin feels amazing. In fact, we met some people from Germany that had some skin issues, and they were actually prescribed a trip to the Dead Sea. Their insurance company paid for them to go to the Dead Sea to help them with their skin challenges. And this is known in many places in the world. In fact, if you Google it, you can see it for yourself. It's known for its transformative properties and skincare benefits. And of course, we put these minerals in body products. You know, we got products for your feet, products for your hands, products for your body, soaps, lotions, you name it. We've got it for you. We also have products for your face. Of course, everyone has a face. It's the only thing that everyone looks at every day. It's a pretty good idea to take care of that thing. I'm sure you'd agree with that. Most people do right now, and that's why it doesn't really matter who you are, what your skin type is, what the color of your skin is. You know, if you're 8 minutes old, you're 108, you got skin, you want to take care of it, Seacret has solutions for you. Additionally, we use the most advanced peptide technologies, which stimulates the reproduction of collagen. It also reduces the appearance of expression lines, and it's really ideal for those people that are looking to prevent the fine lines and wrinkles, to defy the age, if it will. And real quickly on this one, in America at least, the baby boomer generation has been responsible for a huge segment of the economy in almost every category over the last 50 years. So, these people control 2/3 of the spending power in the United States alone. They right now are retiring at a rate of 10,000 a day. And think about that. 10,000 people every day are turning 65 years old. And I guarantee you this, there's not one of them looking in the mirror saying to themselves, you know what, if I could get another wrinkle, that'd be sweet. Isn't that true? I mean, no one's saying that. They're saying, I want to look how I feel. Most everybody I know in that age category is wanting to defy the age, and we have the products for them. We have products that help with that, and of course this portion of the population is buying these products at an enormous rate, also a huge contributor to the growth that's coming. Let me just show you a quick before and after. Well, I'll send you a few of these pictures. Obviously, the eye on the left was the one that was treated here with the eye serum and the age-defying cream, just 20 minutes after application, folks. Again, I'm going to show you a lot of pictures like this. This one right here on the left before, on the right after, just 2 months of using the green line in the morning and in the evening. Unbelievable transformation. Again, when you see this with your own eyes, this is what really, in my opinion, is the big sales pitch, is what gets you, because you see it, and seeing is believing. Now, the person who invited you on this webinar, if you live local to them, they can do a quick home party, or what we call a wow party. And the reason we call it that is anyone who experiences the product says, wow, quite frankly, because they do have a wow factor to them. They work, and they work right away. And of course, with prolonged use, it is remarkable what happens with these products. This is our flagship here, the patented nanoparticle technology. This product alone is one of the very best anywhere in the world. It's a nanoparticle technology product that is a topical cream. It creates a biophysical reaction, not a chemical reaction. It's completely safe. It's safe for all skin types. Let me give you an example. Just 15 minutes after application, you can see the before on the left and the after on the right. Again, 15 minutes after application. Let me show you in the neck and décolleté area where a lot of people are concerned with their face and their hands, because that's what you see. But you don't want to have a 20-year-old face and an 80-year-old neck. I'm sure you'd agree with that. Also, surgery and Botox in that area is not safe and not recommended at all. So you want a product that helps in these areas, and that is Seacret. Seacret does that with our Recover product and our peptide technology green line serums and moisturizers. Here again, Michelle, you can see the crow's feet on the left picture here, and in the deep areas in the cheek. This is again 15 minutes after first application. Of course, with repetitive use, this helps promote self-healing. This is a friend Steve Monroe's mother. You can see a huge difference between the left and the right. Let me just show you a few more. You get the point, though. And if you're like me, you've seen enough Photoshop to realize that you can change anything. And again, that's why I could talk all day long until I'm blue in the face about the products. It's not until you see them for yourself that you'll want to participate. And that's why this company did so extraordinarily well. They did so well because people could see the results right then and there. They were marketing these in kiosks and malls, folks. I mean, literally, kiosks and malls. I can switch back just so you can see me here for a second, but this is remarkable. I want you to think about this, because all of us have been to a mall at some point. If you haven't, you definitely probably want to get out at some point, because the world's changing out there, and so is retail. And the way they were doing this is setting up in the main place, selling these products, grabbing someone, telling the story, showing the products, and making a sale. Now, if you're like me, the last thing you ever want to do is go to the kiosk. I mean, isn't that right? Think about it. The last time you went to the mall, you weren't saying to yourself, man, I can't wait to see what these kiosk people have. If you're like me, you're trying to avoid them. You're pretending you're on the phone. You're like, not trying to make eye contact, walking by fast. That's what you're doing. And now they grab you. You don't want to be bothered, but then they show you a product that works and works now, right now. Well, what do? You take a step back. You say, well, that's interesting. Show me more. And they show you another product that works right now. You don't have to be sold on some pitch that's going to work someday. Keep using this for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and you'll see a result. No, you see a result now. That's why they were so effective. That's why the world's largest manufacturer in personal care decided to partner with this company without ownership. Okay, and that's why what I'm about to show you right now is vitally important to your future success. Let me just show you this. 40 countries around the world are converting from retail to relationship marketing. Proven product sales over $1 billion. This isn't some fluff, isn't some hype, isn't some product we think is going to sell. We know it's going to sell. We know it's going to work. What we need to do, all you need to do is realize that you have the opportunity right now to position yourself in front of this massive trend by simply going direct from the manufacturer to the consumer. Sorry guys, this is a home business. I'm doing this at home, and my kids opened my door, so it's kind of loud out there. Funny stuff. Anyway, let me share with you what direct selling is, what network marketing, home-based businesses are, because a lot of people don't realize this. All it is the beauty of being able to take the products from the manufacturer to the consumer and cutting out the middlemen. Look, like you can see here, cutting out the global distributors, local distributors, retailers, all the advertising and marketing that goes along with all that kind of adds to the product price when you and I go consume something or buy something. We have to spend for all these little various links in the chain, these little quote-unquote middlemen. Direct selling simply eliminates all that. What does it use? It uses the trust we have with one another. And that's the marketing. It's a friend to a friend, a person to a person. This is where the company can be successful. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to sell to my friends and family. Well, that's weird. They don't mind selling to you. The reality is this. Okay, it's not selling. If you think about it this way, all of us are good at marketing what it is we have. I'm going to pull this out here. I just want to kind of look at you again, or at least look at the screen. Look, all of us, every one of us got good at sharing something we perceived had value with someone that we cared about. Isn't that true? I want to use the example of the iPhone. Now, I know there's a lot of Android people out there, but I think Apple's making a comeback with their new iWatch. Whatever. I love Apple. I'm an Apple fan. But regardless if you're an Apple fan or not, do you remember when this phone first came out, the iPhone? There was nothing like it in the world. I mean, it was revolutionary. I mean, you have to admit that. That's it's the most powerful company on earth right now, Apple. Okay, I think they have like $200 billion in the bank. Yeah, that's right, $200 billion US in the bank. They're doing well, and the reason is that they created something revolutionary. And if you ever saw it in the beginning, it was remarkable. I was so fired up about this phone. I shared it with everybody. I probably converted maybe 100 people to the iPhone by my sheer enthusiasm alone. Now get this. Steve Jobs, when he was alive, didn't even send me a nickel. I didn't even get a free charger out of that deal. Okay, I got nothing extra. All I got, was the satisfaction that I had some of my friends using this awesome phone. All of us have done this to some degree, though, whether it's a restaurant we liked, a movie we liked, a book we read, right? We recommend the things we care about. And when we do that, our friend, our family member, our colleague decides to make an intelligent decision on their own, not because you sold them, but because they like that product or service too, and they made a decision to buy. Now, when that happened, based on your recommendation, based on your promotion, the company made money. Now, let me go back here and show you this again, because this is the essence of what this business is. The company, the manufacturer, made money. They made money. Wouldn't it just stand to reason that they shared some of that benefit with you? After all, you're the one who made the sale. You're the one who generated the business. It would stand to reason that they would pay you. That's all relationship marketing is, folks. All it is the ability to deliver a high-end quality product to the consumer for less and be able to share the wealth with the people who actually do the work. Not some Madison Fifth Avenue firm that's sending billboards out there and a radio and internet and television commercials that we don't know if even works anymore. No, we want to spend our marketing dollars as a company and put it in the hands of the people who are actually bringing the customers to the deal. Now, the good news is the customer ends up getting the best part of the deal. They get a huge savings. And as agents, we're able to share in the profits. Relationship marketing, like it or not, understand it or not, it's a $166 billion global monster. It is here, and it is here to stay, and it is growing at an unprecedented rate. It's attracted billionaires like Warren Buffett and Richard Branson, who've heavily invested in these projects because they see the viability and the fact that this is the wave of the future. Currently, 90 million people worldwide are participating as distributors in some way, in some shape or form. Additionally, your advantages, you can build your own business, something that's yours, something that no one can take from you. It's low startup. There's tax benefits. Of course, talk with your CPA or your accountant to find out more about that, and unlimited income potential. Now, there's 5 ways to earn income. I'm going to breeze through these as fast as I can. First, you're able to earn up to 150% profit or more, depending on what you sell it for, retailing these products. Now, the reality is these products are retailable. Why do we know that? Well, because we've sold over $1 billion worth at retail. We know it. We already know what it is. This is in shopping centers, okay, retail centers all around the world. This nail care kit, body lotion, and hand care kit all day sells for $50, $49.95. Agent price, $19.99. You make this available for retail. You're able to keep the difference, put $30 in your profit in your pocket. Obviously, $150, 150% profit in this scenario. Now, where the bread and butter is the preferred customer program. This is what we're looking for. What we're looking for is people who not only buy, but buy consistently. Why? Not because you're a salesperson, not because you convinced your friends, simply because you showed someone you cared about these products, they decided to buy them themselves, and as a result, they like them, they buy them, they continue to buy them, and every time that happens, the company's going to pay you between 20 and 25% on those preferred customers that you acquire. So a person who's buying consistently, they're buying every month, or they're buying a consistent amount. It doesn't matter when they buy. It's just they're buying. You're able to earn 20 to 25% every time they do that. Now, if they stay consistent as customers, what you're able to do is, think about it. This is the residual income, about 20 preferred customers, which is about $40 in volume, about $70 US a month in sales, which is the low end of the market category that purchases these products. That's a $200 monthly residual income. Now, again, you're part-time. Think about this. You're out there, you're just sharing the products here and there with people, and over the period of a few days, a few weeks, a few months, whatever it takes, you're able to acquire 20 customers. That's $200 in monthly ongoing residual income. Additionally, the company's going to give you $350 worth of free product. So you're not even having to pay for products anymore. Number one, your business is streaming. You're making money. You're getting free product all day that you could retail, use, share with the family, give out as gifts, whatever you need to do. This is quality. Now, as you continue to acquire customers, the company also gives you a global bonus, right, which is called our global customer revenue pool. We take some of the customers, or a percentage of 2% of all the customer revenue from anywhere in the world where Seacret products are being sold. We put it into a pool, and once you've acquired just 10 active preferred customers, this qualifies you for 1 share. Last month, shares were valued at $90 a piece. Now, every 5 additional preferred customers that you acquire qualifies you for an additional share. So again, 15, now you got 2. 20, now you got 3. 3 shares the global customer pool is going to give you $270 extra on top of the $200 that you're already earning. So think about that. That's almost $500 a month for just simply acquiring 20 customers and $350 worth of free product. I mean, if you retail that product, that's an extra $1,000 a month just for 20 customers. I don't know anywhere in this profession where you can do that and make that kind of money. Now, inevitably, what's going to happen is you're going to find people that say, you know what, I could make some extra money. This makes sense to me. I not only want to be a customer, but my goodness, I see this trend. These products work. People like them. And they're going to buy them no matter what. It just matters of who shows it to them first. That's all that matters in business. When you're in the right place at the right time, when you set something in motion and you can build a network. And I like what Robert Kiyosaki said. He said that rich people build networks while everybody else just simply looks for work. You want to be wealthy, you want to be successful, you got to build a network, and you got to get in before everybody else has already figured it out. So you're one of those people. You say, you know what, this makes sense. I want to also participate on the business end, and it starts to grow. You can give two people, just two people that say, you know what, I'm in. I want to do this. And they each find two people, and this goes 7 generations from you. Okay? 2 who find 2, who find 2, who find 2 7 times. Now, I know the math, and you're going, oh, that doesn't happen that way. You're right, not exactly. In some situations, it happens much more than that, much faster, much bigger. In some situations, it doesn't. All depends on how much effort you're willing to put in. But in this hypothetical example used for illustrative purposes only, let me share this with you. In this scenario, and I've got people on the team that are doing way better than this. In this scenario, though, if everyone in this scenario just got 20 customers, not one superstar in the bunch, not one person knocking the cover off the ball, this would be $10,000 a month in residual income just on the existing customer base, not including the $470 we just talked about. That's on top of that. But if you failed miserably and you only got a 10% success rate, that's still $1,000 extra per month in residual income on top of that $470. Okay? Now, you can earn all the way up to $25,000 per week in this team commission area. And you may say, Josh, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. And yeah, it is a lot of money. But there's people right now in this business, right now on my team, I feel blessed to be a part of, that's actually earning that much. They're capped out, making that much on their team commissions right now, just after several years in this business. Now, you can earn more money than that by simply helping other people earn. What does that look like? That's our check match. As you see before you here, you're able to earn 20% check match on every person you bring into the business, assuming you're bronze and they're a bronze rank. Okay, I'll share with you what that looks like in a moment. Very simple to do that. One of the first leadership positions available in the company, and this goes 4 generations. So this can be a very significant part of your check here with Seacret. For me, it's the biggest portion of my check. All I've gone out there to done is found people better than me and go out there and do it. Because you may be like myself saying, you know what, I don't know if I'm any good at this. I don't have the education. I don't have the experience. Or maybe you're someone saying, I'm just shy, or I'm not one of those salespeople. I'm not one of those people who go out and talk to a lot of people. Well, good. That's okay. I'm sure you know some people that are. And if you found them, like say you found me and my wife. You know what? You showed us these products. You didn't sell us. You didn't convince us. We just decided that it was in our best interest to participate, right? We say to ourselves, you know what? This makes sense. Why not? Let's do this. And we get started. We go out there and we make $1,000 in our team commissions. $1,000. First off, are we happy? Well, yeah, of course we're happy. You know, we made $1,000 in our business, a business that you introduced us to. So we're happy with you as well. However, the company is going to reward you with this bonus match. They say, listen, if it wasn't for you, Josh and Cindy wouldn't be in this business, and because of that, we're going to pay you 20% of their check. Now, we get to keep the full check. Cindy and I get to keep our full $1,000, but the company bonuses you 20%, dollar for dollar on that team commission check. So you get $200 in that scenario. But if you go out there and, you know, get fortunate and find someone spectacular like Josh and Heather Wiles, all right, and they go out there and they get involved in the business that say they make $10,000 in team commissions. Again, they're better than myself and my wife. They're better than you. They just go out there and do it. You're bronze, they're bronze. Doesn't matter. The company's going to reward you at a 20% dollar for dollar match on that $10,000, which is $2,000 for you. So you found 2 people, went out and did it. You became a bronze. You ended up making $2,200 that week or that month simply by helping other people go out there and make some good income. with the company, or just identifying someone who wants to go succeed. Because again, I'm sure you're thinking of a few people right now that if they saw this business, they'd go tear it up. Well, what if someone made $100,000? Are there people doing that? Yeah, and quite a few. And if you introduce one of them to the business, that's an extra $20,000 for you in a check match. Okay, so that's a big deal. I mean, I feel very fortunate. Pardon me, guys. I love you, baby girl. Daddy's talking to people right now. Can you give me a moment, please?
Mama said I can keep this.
Okay, you can keep it. Go play with it. I love you.
Okay, I'll play with it.
Okay, good girl. It's my 3-year-old. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so that's how check match works. Let's move on, and we'll wrap this deal up here. All right. Now, there we go. Back to this slide. As you can see, we are able to advance you a tremendous amount of money as you climb up through the ranks. And again, we're paid to help you do that. So we're excited to do that. Earn anywhere from $500 to $6,000 every 4 weeks for a Drive Your Dream bonus. A lot of companies have a car program. Our program works like this, folks. Whatever your dream is, we're going to pay you. You don't have to buy a particular make. Maybe you don't want a car. Maybe you want to pay off the one you got. Maybe you want to get out of debt. Maybe you want a vacation program. Maybe you want to retire a spouse. Maybe you want a retirement. I don't know what it is you want. Whatever your dream is, you know what? If you earn this, we're going to pay you. We're not going to force you into some kind of lease or some kind of contract. Seacret's not that type of company, and that's what I really love about this business. They also will pay you between $500. Actually, it starts lower than that. It starts at $15, all the way up to $1 million in a one-time rank advancement. Now, again, you may say, Josh, $1 million, that's crazy. Well, I think so too, but the reality is we already have one person in the company that's already hit that. And you'd be surprised to know this. This person started at the bottom of the business, okay? Because everyone says, well, you got to get in first. You got to be one of the people that gets in the very beginning, and you need to be, if you're not at the top, you're not in brand new, you're not going to make any money. Well, that's just not true. This gentleman started, I think, 300-400 levels from us. Way down there on an inside line of sponsorship, no company help, just did it, built both of his teams, and in a year made it to that position, earned, I think, over $2 million his first year. Now that's remarkable, and obviously those results are not typical. It's only happened one time, but here's what it said to me. It can happen at any time for anybody. He passed everybody in his upline, everybody that came in before him. All the hundreds of people who came in before he did, he passed everyone, went to the top, passed me, passed everybody. Top guy in the company right now. Look, there's more people out there, and we're looking for them. We're looking for the people who say, you know what, it's my turn. It's my turn to go out and have success. If other people can do it, I can do it too, and I'm going to learn how. So at this point, there's 3 ways to participate. You can decide yourself, I want to be a retail customer, enjoy the great products from the person who invited you here, definitely thank them, congratulate them for getting started in the business. It takes courage these days to be in business, as you know, and they made that leap. They made that decision. So at least thank them and congratulate them on their decision, and get some products. Try them out. If you don't like them, don't use them. But we know you're going to like them. What you may happen, you may end up becoming a preferred customer. That's the second way to participate. You decide to become a preferred customer with the program, and receive up to 50 or up to even 60% off the retail value. Earn free products. A lot of our preferred customers don't even pay anymore. Or you can become, like the individual who invited you on this webinar, a secret agent. Position yourself early as we're starting to expand all across the world right now with this new model. You can profit from this trend, simply sharing the products with other people, sharing the opportunity, allowing people to see it for themselves, and Seacret does everything else. We have everything like I'm about to share with you. $49 gets you in the business. Very simple, gets you a nice little agent kit, very cool looking, comes with everything that you need to get started in your own business. Now, additionally, let's see here, of course I would do that. Goodness gracious. Now, when I touch the slide, I realize it doesn't come back, so let me do this again. All right, there we go. Now, Seacret makes it very easy and simple to participate. There's 3 simple packages you can participate with. You get the special agent set, which is obviously what we'd recommend, so you have everything that you need, almost all the products. It's the only product category that has, or product package has all the green line. Okay, that age-defined peptide technology, $3,700 worth of retail value for just $1,450. It meets your superstar personal sales requirement, which we'll talk about in a moment. It also meets your first 4 weeks personal sales requirement to be a special agent qualified, essentially helping you earn 50% more money in team commissions right off the bat for the next 12 weeks while you earn the position through the comp plan. Huge, huge incentive with this package. The second package you can get is this premium package, $1,324 worth of retail value for just $550. Again, it gives you enough products to get started, get your wow parties going, introduce the products and the opportunity to people. Also, it meets your superstar and personal sales requirement. And the basic pack is pretty much our wholesale customer. We like to call them a $382 worth of value for just $150, and basically enough for just some basic demonstrations. It doesn't matter where you get in, really, just that you get involved. You know, most people we found that have been successful have started here with a special agent package because literally for under several $1,000s, it's a joke to be in business. I mean, that's nothing. And now, if you're like me, when I got started, I was $1 million in debt. You know, couldn't even get the basic. I just had to get in, and I worked my way up until I could, you know, afford my my product packages. So wherever you get in, just get in and get started. We have the online trainings, we have the conference calls, we have the secret academies, international conventions. You're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. And at this point, you know, we have a lot of people that are doing well. I'll share some of the stories. You have Tim and Joe here in the upper corner here. He used to actually work at a go-kart place, a high school dropout, now making $1 million a year. You got John and Tiffany to the right here. These are some of the first people I introduced to the company, actually the first people I introduced, and thank God they went out there, really made it happen, made $1.9 million last year alone, and were the first people in our company to go crown. Phenomenal people doing extraordinarily well. Of course, this is a picture of my wife and I right here, and you got Casey and Elena Call. He used to actually deliver water. She was a tour guide, and over $750,000 last year in income. Jesse and Patty McPherson back over here to the left. He was a dance instructor. She was worked at a chiropractic office and also was a flight attendant. Made over $500,000 last year. Kai Wynn and his lovely wife, first year in the business, actually over $500,000. In fact, I think it was closer to $700,000. Joe Valenzuela to the right of that used to detail cars. In fact, let me go back to Kai. He was an engineer by trade and got started in this profession. And Joe was a detailer. Now, the person I want to introduce is this incredibly good-looking young man here, Josh Wiles, and his lovely wife, Heather. Josh, I know you're on. If you wouldn't mind kind of sharing with the good people your quick story, and we'll wrap this up. You can unmute yourself, and I think you can just take it by clicking on yourself. Are you there, Josh? It shows that your microphone's muted, buddy. Okay, well, while we're waiting for Josh, since we're still live, this gentleman is remarkable. We'll get it fixed up so we can be on the training for the agents later. But again, as I said earlier, he sold his TV off his wall to get started in this program, $1.24 in his checking account, and ended up making over $100,000 his first 7 months in this business, just under $250,000 his first year. Remarkable young man. I could keep on going. There's my friend Phoebe Lou right here. He's a doctor. Oh, wait a second here. Let me go back to my screen share. All right. Are we back? Oh, wait a second. All right. Guys, I'm learning this technology here. Anyway, you got Dr. Phoebe Lou right here, you know, medical professional. He's done well. Another friend of mine, oh, goodness. Hey, Jason, brother, I guess I didn't send him the right link. I don't know what link to send him. Can you get in there, send him the right link to be a host? That'd be awesome. Thank you. But anyway, Dr. Ho, he's a board-certified dermatologist. Incredible guy. Got started with us part-time. He's 50 patients a day. Made $100,000 last year part-time. Another friend of mine, Tracy Zimmer, remarkable lady, was a school teacher, 12th grade math. And she worked part-time, also earned $100,000, just a little over her first year. You got Derek Gilson, another good friend of mine, and his lovely girlfriend, Chatindu. Derek was a sign language interpreter. Never really made more than $8,000, I think, in his life, in this career, in this profession. Made over $500,000 his second year, over $272,000 his first year with the business. Again, look, these are average people getting above average results simply because of the opportunity that's before them with the Seacret product and the Seacret opportunity. Now, there's a blueprint for success. Here's what we do. First 28 days. Simple. All you got to do, go out there and help 2 people get in this business, or you can help 4 people become customers. You get paid all the ways we talked about before. But if you want to accept the mission superstar, which is simple for most people, most people can knock this out in their first day. Some people take a week or a month, but we give a full 28 days. I like to say 2 to 8 days, really, because that's all you need. Go out there, help 2 people get 300 in total volume. Now, it just so happens the special agent package or the premium package comes with 300 in total volume. So once you've helped 2 people get one of these 2, what's going to happen is, and you do this within your first 28 days, you're not only going to earn double bonuses, but you're going to get a $200 superstar bonus on top of the commissions and team commissions that you get doing that. And your fast start bonuses are going to double. Now, what does that mean? Well, every time you get a basic set right now, you help someone get involved in the business and they get a basic set, you're going to make $15. Well, as a superstar, you make $30. You help someone get a premium set right now, $50. Once you become a superstar, you get $100 for everyone after that. Special agent, same thing, $150 before superstar, after superstar, everyone after that, $300 every time you help someone get involved in the business, in addition to the team commissions. How do you do it? Simply set your grand opening, 2 wow parties. All you basically do is you show these products to people. Now, as a guy, this was a little strange for me. I didn't understand it. But once you invite people over and they experience it, you'll be astonished at how many people get involved. Construction workers, MMA people, tough people, that you wouldn't think would be into skincare, get it and get started because of this process. And all you got to think to yourself right now is, who do you know that loves skincare products? Who has issues with their skin? Who's entrepreneurial? Who's looking for extra income? Just write your top 20 down and introduce your list. Introduce the people. You're not selling them. You're not convincing them. You're simply sharing the product and the opportunity with either the wow party, which we have a full training on, we'll show you exactly how to do, or a sit-down demonstration. We have headquarter vision calls, team calls, Seacret Academy Bootcamp online. We have a Jumpstart online, Seacret Academies, international conventions, everything you need to get your business going. Now, the first 90 days, we want to make sure you get all your money back, if not before that, and we have a very simple process up to Royale. And there's a lot of other benefits, a lot of other bonuses going on right now with the companies. We're nearing our Revolution Convention coming up in November, actually November 7th through the 11th in Phoenix, Arizona. To go Mission Bronze, once you've acquired 2,000 in total volume on your left team, 2,000 total volume on your right team, between you and everyone that's on those teams, you're going to either earn an iPad or $250, your choice. And this is where you're going to get your 20% first-generation check match, like I talked about earlier in the presentation, and you go from 10% to 15% in team commissions, unless, of course, you came in at a special agent package, then you'll stay at the 15%. The next rank is Royale. You simply acquire just 3,000 more in each team for a total of 5,000 on the left, 5,000 on the right, in any 28-day period of time. A $500 rank advancement bonus goes out to you. A $500 driver dream paid out every 4 weeks thereafter, and every time someone goes superstar within that organization that you're creating, you're going to earn an additional $100. So huge incentive to go out and help people earn more income. So let's just wrap this up, guys. Let me pull this back in and get back into the screen. It comes down to this. I've gone about 15 minutes over what I'd like to because of these technical difficulties. I apologize for that. Typically want to keep this down to about 30 minutes as a presentation. Obviously, there's a lot of information to go through. But at this point, I'm sure you can make a decision for yourself as to how you want to participate, whether it's A, becoming a retail customer, B, becoming a preferred customer. Again, either way, there's a money-back guarantee, 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked, no risk to you, no setup fee, no cancellation fee. And like I said, a 30-day money-back guarantee. And again, you can earn free products as a preferred customer. Or you could become an agent. You can decide right now that you're going to make a change in your life. You're going to position yourself in front of this massive trend and get a package, and you're going to do that now. You're going to get involved, and you are going to start to work. And I always talk about this book, Think and Grow Rich. This book made me millions of dollars, folks, millions of dollars from the information I learned here. Again, not because I'm special or better than anybody, because God knows I'm not. But I learned some quality content and applied it in my life with a unique opportunity at a unique moment in time. You have that same opportunity before you right now. And in this book, it said several things. One thing is that one of the number one reasons for failure, again, this is a study of the 500 wealthiest people on earth at the time it was written in the 30s, 1900. Not a lot has changed since then, but they said the number one reason for failure is people listening to their friends, family, and neighbors. You know, they're well-meaning friends, family, and neighbors. If you're like me, the people I was around when I was growing up, they, God bless them, good people. They weren't bad. They meant well, but financially they just didn't understand what was happening, which is why they were where they were. And that's why most people fail. They listen to them and get distracted by what they say. You want to be successful, you can't do that. You got to listen to successful people. That's what my mentor said. Okay. And finally, he said that one of the biggest difference between successful people and failures is this: successful people make up their mind immediately and slowly, if ever, change it. Whereas broke people or failures, for lack of a better word, take forever to make up their mind, and once they do, they change it all the time. And I'm sure you've seen people like this. Look, don't be like that. Make a decision now. Get started. Okay, this business, you got nothing to lose. All right, there's no risk here, really. You're talking, at most a couple $1,000. You get some good products. Doesn't work out for you, return it. Okay, you get no harm, no foul. Okay, this is not a huge decision here. But the best case scenario is you can end up with an absolute fortune. A company right now is looking for people that are ready to make a move in their life, ready to make that decision and get started. So what I suggest you do is, go onto your person's website who invited you here and enroll now. Enroll as an agent. And what we're going to do is I'm going to stay on the line here for some questions. Please give us a few minutes for the guests to ask the questions that they may have. And when they do that, I'll answer their questions. And we're going to take a quick break. Actually, no, we won't. We'll start a training at 8 o'clock for those of you that are plugging in. I know the webinar is going through a lot of growth right now for the anticipating training that's coming up. So in any event, give me just 1 minute, guys. Okay, we're good. All right, let me pull up the questions. Hey, Josh, you're on. Hey, maybe let me go to you real quick. Maybe you can share a few words as we're wrapping up, and I'll pull up the questions.
Hey, Josh, can you hear me? I'm on now, bro.
I can hear you, brother. Looking great.
Yeah. All right, Jason. Thanks, bro.
All right, man. So, you want to just tell your quick story, brother? I know there's hundreds of people on from all over the world right now. I know probably primarily North America, but people wondering how they can get involved in Seacret. And I know it wasn't that long ago you and I were talking for the first time, and I was sharing this opportunity with you. And what helped you make the decision to get started? What's happened?
Man, it's funny. It's actually approaching my 2-year official anniversary with Seacret. Just at the end of October, I'll officially been here 2 years. And honestly, bro, I was just like every other person on the call on the webinar tonight. I had followed some advice to just. I grew up believing that the way to make it in life was to grow up, get an education, then get a job and work your way up in a company. And that's what I did. I became a police officer, and I landed myself. I was 26 when you and I met. And I was making about $800 every 2 weeks as a police officer. Had just gotten out of that job because network marketing had found me. And I was one of the guys that was kind of moronic, and I said no to this opportunity for close to 7 months. I said no. I didn't see it. I couldn't see how me, myself, a guy would want to go do skincare. I didn't see how it could really provide a lucrative income for me. And then it was actually you who shared the information that you shared tonight with everybody. And even now, like seeing it, that one slide that you put, that the skincare currently is doing $200 billion a year and is going to increase to $400 billion a year in the next 2 years. It makes sense to go where the money's going. And, long story short, I positioned myself with Seacret just under 2 years ago, and it's changed our life. I followed the system. I followed exactly what Seacret said. I plugged into the community. I worked hard, and here we are. I think my wife and I have earned just over 350 grand, close to 400 grand now in the last 2 years. Changed everything for us.
That is that's remarkable, and I can't tell you how happy that makes me feel, Josh. That knowing that I remember, when you were just getting started, you're kind of worried. I know, like a lot of people, I don't know if this is going to work. I really want it to. I can see it, but it was a big decision, and to see it pay off for you the way it has is really makes me happy. And I know that there's so many other people that you're blessing now as a result of the success that you're having, and you'll continue to have. Now, I know you're going to stay on here for some training, and I appreciate that. I'm going to go through some questions. And again, if you're a guest, please feel free. I did get a comment from somebody, and guys, I can't see your name unless you type your name in and the time that you just put your name in there and ask the question, so I know who you are. If you want me to, if you don't, you don't have to. But this person, I don't know who they are, so I don't mean to come across wrong. But your question was this. Why are we seeing the same thing every week? Can we please learn something we don't already know or can't read in the flip chart or watch on a video? We're already agents. We're hoping to learn to advance and grow. Now, that is a good question here, but I think a lot of people are missing the point. This webinar, this first part of it, from 7 to 8-ish, is all about a brand new person. Yes, you're an agent, and the idea is for you to get more agents. Well, how do you do that? You get them introduced to the information that helps you become an agent. That makes sense, right? I mean, that's the idea. Get them introduced. So every week what I'm doing is taking some of my time to share the same information. Now, do I want to do that? Quite honestly, no, I don't want to do this. I don't. Network marketing is boring. The way you make millions of dollars in this profession is very, very boring. I'm just going to let you know. But it's worth it. Holy goodness. Beats anything else I've ever done. All I have to do is repeat the same story nonstop, ad infinitum, forever and ever in Latin, right? Just keep doing it over and over and over again. And what happens is you start to build a big team. Why? Because it's not about you and me as agents. It's about the new people hearing it for the first time. If you've ever heard any good promotion, you hear the same thing over and over and over and over and over until it becomes a massive explosion. Okay, and everyone knows about it. Well, that's what we're doing right now. So the idea here is every week you need to put somebody new in front of this information, someone who hasn't heard it already. That's how you're going to grow your business. And again, if you keep hearing me do this over and over again, guess what's going to happen for you? Well, you're going to learn how to present it. I've made millions of dollars. I've recruited over 100 people now into this business, and through that, over 100,000 people. Why? Because I'm good? No, because I've just done the presentation so many dang times. Repeat what I'm doing, keep doing it, and you'll get the same results. There's no magic sauce to this deal. And then after the presentation, what we're going to do is segment into a training where I'm going to give you content where you can grow, where you can learn more. Again, and after a while, that training is going to be the same stuff. You're going to get bored with that too, just the way it is, okay? Your objective is to get those new agents that haven't heard it before in front of the information. What I got good at, what made me millions, is I got myself out of the way and got as many human beings as I possibly could in front of the information. And I kept leading them down that informational trail until they got it like I got it, and they started repeating that same process. Thus, the duplication occurs. Thus, the multiplication occurs. That's where 2 becomes 4, becomes 8, becomes 16, 32, 64, 128. You get the point. Okay, that's the idea, my friends. So, anyway, I'm going to get to some questions here. I see a lot of great Bob Oates right on. I know you're on here, Angelica. Thank you. Thank you, Christian Alvarez, for all your kind comments. I'm going to refresh this page and see if you get some. Go ahead, type in the question you have in the box below your screen, and I'll be able to answer any questions you have, especially if you're a guest. Otherwise, I suspect you're already getting started. I know I'm getting text messages of people that are just getting enrolled right now, just getting started here. And this is good stuff, good. Well, you can't. Never mind. Last time I did that, the screen went out. But okay. Yes. Well, people are signing up, so this is good news. People are getting started. We want that to happen for you. Now, thank you. Newer agents like to hear this over and over because that's how we can learn. From Virginia. Well, thank you, Virginia. I don't have too many questions. It looks like everyone is satisfied. Again, the idea here, my friends, is to help you build your business, help you do it, help you invite people that can see it for themselves, just like you did, and make a decision to get started on your team. And then them to invite more people. So that's why we're doing this every week. We're doing it every week at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard in Spanish. My wife's doing it. And also in Melbourne, I'm doing it 2:30 a.m. okay, my time on Wednesday morning, 2:30 a.m. I do it at that time for the Australian people, 6 o'clock for people who speak Spanish, and then again at 7 for English speaking in the United States, Canada, or this time zone, or anywhere in that realm. I'll also be expanding that as we continue to expand around the globe. And I'll do questions and answers. I'm going to interact. This is live. I'm not pre-recording this stuff and sending it out there every week. This is my mission. I'm going to be bringing on new people, like Mr. Wiles here. He did this a week ago, absolutely killed it. And I'm going to be interviewing people like him on a consistent basis. Now, get this. Next week, you might want to make sure you get the promotion going like crazy. We're going to hear from none other than the CEO himself, Mr. Isaac Ben-Shabbat, who actually is the founder and owner of the company, CEO, one of the most magnificent human beings I think I've ever encountered in my life. Anyone you've ever met, they'll talk about him, they'll say the same thing. He's incredibly humble, and he's a visionary that's helped usher in Seacret the way he's done. I believe he'll go down in history books as one of the people who's changed the profession. I think we're on the cusp of being not just $1 billion annual company, but a high multi-billion-dollar annual company, and you are in first, and you're going to be able to hear from the CEO next week. So make sure you're on that webinar live. You'll get a chance to interact with him. He's going to stay on for as long as it takes, answering questions, and we'll be reading your comments, seeing them. He's going to read every single one. I know there's a lot, so you have an opportunity to be able to talk or interact with the CEO of Seacret next week. So, with that said, we're going to go into some. I'm going to refresh this one more time. Look at any more questions that we may have, and if I don't see any, we're going to go into some training. All right. Michael Vu, what's up, buddy? I'm glad you're on. Let's see. There's another question. Rika, thank you. You're awesome as well. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. That's curious, Josh. There's not an exact time frame in making millions. How long have you been doing this? The person who came in 3 to 4 months and made millions of dollars, did he move so fast with the team backing and volume? Okay, the guy didn't come in 3 to 4 months making millions, but he did make several million his first year, and the reason for that was the $1 million bonus. Otherwise, it'd been $1 million in commissions, another $250 in rank advancement bonuses. Okay. And no, he actually didn't come in with the team. He was in network marketing 10 years ago with Amway for a number of years. And yes, he was very successful with that company, made a lot of money with that, but retired and sold cars for 10 years and just got excited and just worked harder than anybody else. I mean, the guy just went to work and worked around the clock like a maniac out of South Korea. I've never seen anything like it. The guy worked. I mean, I flew out there, met him, I couldn't believe it. I mean, him and his wife are remarkable people. They just worked their tails off, got a lot of people to work their tails off, and you'd be surprised, a lot of the people that they got involved were not networkers. They were not business owners. A lot of them were first time ever being in business in their life, but just hungry for opportunity. They went out and worked. Me, myself, it took me 2 years to make my first $1 million in this company. Again, I know I say that kind of nonchalantly, but I expect to do that. Why? Because I've been around this for a while and I understand it. And I'm going to talk about mindset in a moment. I'm going to talk about this so you can understand it too. Because again, I'm not better than anybody by any stretch of the imagination. For those of you that hung out with me, even Josh Wiles, he can tell you, I'm a goofball. Okay, I'm one of those people that just I love having fun. I love family. I love people. But I get this business, and if you get it, you can succeed. I'm just willing to go to work. Let me get the door again. Okay. All right. I'm back. All right. Anyway, we're going to go into some mindset, guys. And I like that Josh Wiles is on because Josh is very similar to me in his mindset. The reason he was able to experience the success that he had is because in the beginning he just had that I will not be denied mindset, that I will not be denied attitude, and went out there and did the work. That's where most people drop the ball. is doing the work. And again, we're going to talk more about this as time goes on. Today's primarily going to be about mindset, how to get there. That was a great question. How do you do it? How do you get that $1 million mindset? And I'm going to go over to Josh Miles real quick and just kind of share. I want him to share a little bit more because, here's a gentleman. In fact, Josh, I'm going to go to you right now. I think people can see you. Look, man, you were broke when you got started. Am I right? I mean, you were on state assistance?
Yeah, bro. We had nothing. I mean, we had $1.75 in our bank account. Last week on the webinar, I shared the screenshot. We had nothing. And in the beginning, as far as mindset goes, honestly, guys, it's like what Josh said. A lot of it is what you expect. When we got started, I knew, being in another network marketing company and seeing people go from nothing to just outrageous incomes, I knew it was possible. And then when I met Josh, it was like, you didn't talk. You talk like a regular person, like I talk. We're a lot alike. We talk like normal people, and you made me really feel like, okay, I'm a regular guy. You were a regular guy. You made it happen, so I can make it happen too. You don't have to be that special. And honestly, in the beginning, I borrowed off of your mindset. And it's funny. I was doing some calls today, calling through some of the team, and I met a guy named Nelson, and Nelson's pretty brand new to the industry, and he's got a couple challenges actually believing that there's a chance to make big money here. And that's the thing, and what I share with Nelson is what I'd share with anybody on the call now is Seacret has the system set up. We've got the boot camp, we've got the back office, we've got the vision calls. There's leaders here. No matter what organization you're in, you can reach up to a leader who has that mindset, and you can kind of borrow in theirs. And that's what I did. I borrowed on your mindset, Josh. I read the book you recommended. I got on the calls. I listened. I went to the events. And that's how I built that belief. But at the end of the day, I knew joining that I joined for a reason, that I had a goal to accomplish. I had something that I wanted to set out and do. And I think anybody that joins and gets started, that's why in the blueprint it talks about your reason why. I think that's the most important, to really dig down deep and find out what it is that you want to do. And it's got to be so much more than money. Money's not a reason why. Money's a result. It's got to be something deeper, something special. And in the meantime, I borrow on your support team's mindset like I did.
You nailed it right there, Josh. It's like really being clear on what it is you want and understanding that that's the genesis of all creation. It all starts here. I mean, it's interesting that most people spend more time planning their 3-day vacation than they do their life. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. I ask people, hey, well, what do you have planned? What's your life look like 10 years from now? And when I ask that question, I typically get this look. Like the Scooby-Doo look, for those of you that are old enough to remember Scooby-Doo, the arm, what are you talking about? Because most people don't think that far. They don't plan it out. And if you don't know where you're going, well, any road will get you there, won't it? I mean, it doesn't really matter at that point. If you don't know where you're going, well, then just take any path. The reality is, the people who are high achievers in life, they know where they're going. Now, they may not be able to get there the way they think they should get there. Sometimes the path shifts on us, but at least you know where the destination is. It's not the direction of the wind, okay? It's the set of the sail. If we're going to talk, sailboats here, Jim Rohn used to say that. It makes sense. A lot of people have a destination. The wind blows you all, every which way. That's just life. The same wind blows on us all, but it's not the direction of the wind. It's the set of the sail that determines where you go and how you get there. And you can set your sail by working on this. This right here is the most powerful thing God gave you. Now, whether you believe that or not, I'm not here to preach. All I know is I believe that we're a magnificent creation, and the most amazing part of our creation is in our mind. What we were given the ability to do. We were given the ability to co-create. See, God made the world, but we can shape it into what we want. We can make it's just the coolest thing, man. I mean, look at it. This computer, look at this thing. Like, this was in the mind of a man or a woman before it became its physical equivalent. Isn't that remarkable? I mean, I look at this and wonder. I mean, the chair I'm sitting on, it's real. But at first, before it was materially real, it was in the mind of a human being. How freaking awesome is that? Look, you can do it. Why can't you? The only reason you couldn't do it is if you decided you couldn't do it. You said to yourself, you know what, bah, humbug, that stuff's not real. I don't believe it. Well, then I'm sorry for you. Your life's going to suck. Okay, your life's going to be horrible. So it is what it is. I hate to break it to you. Look, don't decide that. Decide that you're going to make a difference. Decide right now that you're going to be the person that's going to set a destination for yourself, and you're going to make it. Now, Seacret is a vehicle to help you get there. We're going to talk about it. Guys, look, I know how this feels because I remember hearing this type of information for the first time. And yes, it made sense, but there was still this internal battle going on in my mind whether it was going to work out or not, how it was going to work out. Listen, if you really want to learn something, put all that you think you know on the side. This is what I had to do. Again, I'm not some guru. I'm not going to pretend to know all the answers, but I do have some answers that have worked and worked exceedingly well, not just for me, but for everybody I've seen follow this consistently. Everybody. I haven't seen one person follow this program and fail. Not one. Not one. I've had a lot of people say they did it, but didn't. It's like, let me give you an example. At the gym, right, working out, just exercise in general. Unless you have some ailment that would prevent you from exercise, you have to agree with me that if you exercised for 2 years solid, 30 minutes a day, hard, right, 30 minutes every day for 2 years, you'd be in significantly better physical condition than you are today. Isn't that true? I mean, there's no debating that. It is what it is. There's not, I hope so, I may get lucky and get fit. No, you just get fit because you did the work. That's what happened. It's the same thing in this business. If you just do the work, you'll get financially fit. It's not I hope so. So many people treat this business like it's a lottery. Like, I hope I get lucky, or I hope I find the right person. My friends, look, just decide today to become the right person. You in your mind right now, you can decide it and say, look, I'm going to be it. I'm going to be it. That's what I did. That's what Josh Wiles did. That's a lot of the other guests I'm going to be bringing on. They made a decision that they were going to do it. They set the destination. They said, I got the vehicle, the best vehicle that I could possibly have, and I'm going to get here, and I'm going to do the work until it happens. Again, they set that mindset up right. That mindset. Now, I'm going to go through it very quickly. I'm going to go back to Josh here in a moment, but there's 4 things you can change your life. 4 things, okay? Number 1, change what you see. My mentor said, look, if you start changing what you're looking at every day, your life's going to radically change, okay? What do I mean by that? If you're like most people, or if you're like I was in the beginning of my journey of becoming successful, I worked 12 hours a day in a machine shop, okay? The last thing I wanted to do was anything else after I got home. Moreover, I had a commute. I lived in Riverside, California. I had to wake up at about 4 o'clock, 4:10, all right? And I got in my truck by 4:15 at the latest, and I had to start driving to punch the time clock by 6 because there was so much traffic from the 91 freeway to the 55 south to Santa Ana where I worked. Crazy, okay? And sometimes it took almost 2 hours to get there one way, okay? And if there was no traffic, I got lucky. I got there in 45 minutes. I was just there early, but I couldn't be late. So I had to leave by 4:15, punch that time clock by 6, work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., punch the time clock again, and then it was a 2-hour journey home because traffic was the same on the way. So I'd stay in Orange County, I'd go exercise, work out, get home around 9 p.m. The last thing I wanted to do, okay, was do anything with my brain. I just wanted to sit on the couch, turn on the TV, and just do 1 or 2 things. Either 1, watch some show about some people that my life is way better than, so I don't feel so bad about my life, okay? Or watch some fantasy, watch something cool, watch something that took me on a mental journey. I mean, how many people do that? Almost everybody. But my mentor said, Josh, millionaires, the people who become self-made multimillionaires, they do it during prime time. I mean, prime time television where everybody else is zoned out like a zombie, TV watching zombies, drooling. While they're watching their shows, people are busy working it, making it happen, going out there and doing it, being consistent. Again, heading towards their goal, the direction that they want to go. Okay, so I just turned off my TV. In fact, I got rid of my TV. I got it out of my house. I didn't watch it for the first 5 years of my journey. 5 years. I started changing what I was saying. That's why I'm watching these webinars. This is something different, something new. There's TED Talks. There's there's so much quality content out there that you can basically get for free nowadays. I showed up at seminars. I showed up everywhere I could where I could see something different so I could change what was going on in my mind. Okay? Vital. It's kind of like the scale, right? Have you ever seen those scales of balance? You know, you've probably seen them. I'm going to get one because we can do a webinar. I can show it. I'm going to do some cool illustrations as I learn this technology. But think about it. Everything we think we know about success is on one side, and what success really is on the other. You know, statistically, they say 95% of us in America are going to be financially broke or dead by the time we're 65. That's not a good number, okay? Only 5% are okay. Well, if you're looking at the scale, it's out of balance, isn't it? You know, it's like way too heavy on this side, and if you're like me, you grew up in it, you're around it, you can't remove what you already got in your brain. Depending on how mature you are in life, it's already there. You can't remove it from the scale. It's already in the mind. So what you can do, though, is restrict the flow, choke it out, get rid of that TV, right, and add to this side of the scale. Showing up at webinars like this, showing up on, showing up at seminars, at events in your area. This starts to add to this side of the scale until the scale's tipped. But the first thing is changing what you see. The second thing is changing what you hear, listening to things differently. Okay, that's very important. You know, for me, I would memorize every song on the radio. You know, I would just let whatever go into my brain. And my mentor said, Josh, it's the worst thing you could ever do. Okay, your mind is powerful. You know, in computer language, and Jason, you'll love this. You know this is true. You know, by the way, Jason and Jen are the phenomenal individuals that help us put all this, orchestrate all this internet happiness together, as it were. They're internet masters, and they're building the secret business with us. But I know you know this, Jason. Garbage in, garbage out. Like in a computer, if you program garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. Or our mind's the same way. You put garbage in the mind, garbage is going to come out the mouth. You put quality in the mind, quality is going to come out. And everyone's attracted to quality. Isn't it true? Of course it is. You are. I am. Josh Wiles is. We all are. We're attracted to quality. So bombard your brain with quality stuff. Again, it's going to add to this side of the scale so you can start tipping it. Changing what you're listening to. I stopped listening to radio. I started listening to just stuff like Jim Rohn, The Seasons of Life, or Challenge to Succeed, Cultivating an Unshakable Character. Quality programs that I could listen to. I got this full library of stuff. And you can learn, like I'm learning Spanish right now. This is one of my things. I'm Spanish too. I'm excited. My wife speaks fluent Spanish. I've got I got so much stuff. Building a better life. The influencer. Audio programs. You can turn your car into a drive time university. Unlocking Your Legacy by Paul J. Meyer. This is like colossal happiness going into the brain nonstop. I changed everything. I started listening to quality content. Okay, so that's number 2. Change what you hear. Number 3 is change what you read. Now, for me, that was simple because I wasn't reading much. Okay? In fact, I didn't read much at all. I was one of those people. I would open up a book, I'd start going through the sentence, and my eyes were following it. Next thing you know, my brain went somewhere else, and I'd even turn the page. And what was frustrating is I don't even know what I read. I had no clue. I was like, and I had to turn it back and do it again and again. I used to think I'm just one of those people who can't read. Maybe you can relate. But you know what I found out? It wasn't that I couldn't read. It was just atrophy. Okay, I just wasn't doing it. And I got good at it. My mentor said, Josh, you want to be successful and you're not willing to read? Then you're not willing to be successful. Here's the reality. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. That's what it boils down to. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. An unsuccessful person says, I'm not going to read. I can't read. I don't want to read. I hear this all the time. I don't like reading. Okay, well, I don't like being broke. You got to decide which one you don't like more. For me, if this is what makes me rich, well, then I'm going to read all day. I've read almost everything here. They say you can stand on your financial success on the books you digested in the brain. Now, I don't know how true that is or not. All I know is before I read, I made $9 an hour. After I started reading all this stuff, now I make, $6,000 a day. I don't know what that is an hour, but that's a lot more than $9, and I don't have to show up anywhere. That's pretty awesome, okay? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because it's true. It is true. And I'm not special. I'm not better than you. You can do it too. But just decide you're going to. 4th thing to change is your associations. Okay, this will govern the other three more than anything else. Your associations are so powerful that they will basically help you decide what you're going to be looking at, what you're going to be hearing, what you're going to be reading. My mentor said, Josh, if you can't change the people around you, you better change the people around you. I mean, if you can't change them into the direction you're going, then you just got to change it. Find new people. And I know that's the toughest part. And Josh, I want to go to you on this one because, you really understand associations. You get it. I mean, you get all this stuff. I know you've been working diligently on this, but this is the one thing for me. I know that tipped the scales. I just started changing all that, putting it on here. Eventually, when the scale tipped, that's what made me a millionaire. Was the information over here tipped it. Now, along with the action. So I want to go to you and just talk about that. I want to get your perspective on this content because, I think it's valuable, one, and two, it pertains to the application.
Yeah, I think for sure changing those four things. I remember hearing you do that training for the first time, and I had already been in the business for a little bit of time and kind of knew things to change. But for me, what really changed was changing the associations. And people are drawn to I learned this from Tony Robbins. People are drawn to other people really for one reason, and that's for fulfillment. Either you love the way those people make you feel about yourself, or you love how it makes you feel to make them feel better about their self. It's really only two reasons. And what I found is when I first got into this thing, the people that were in my life, the people that surrounded me, they weren't really going anywhere. And I would challenge anybody on the line tonight to close your eyes and think about the 5 people in your life that you spend most of your time with. I can promise you, your bank account resembles theirs, your lifestyle, your quality of life, your financials, they resemble each other. Typically, the amount of time freedom you have resembles theirs. Typically, the type of things that you guys do leisurely, whether it's your interests or music or whether you guys are talking about Gossip Girl over the phone or if you're talking about Jim Rohn, it all resembles each other. And what I had to figure out was I needed to find a circle of people that I could get with that would make me better and not keep me the same or make me worse. There's only my first mentor said, Josh, if you want your life to change first, you have to change. And if nothing changes, then nothing changes. And when you're talking about application and really applying this, most everybody on the webinar has heard this before. It's hard to fly like eagles when you're working with turkeys. If you're talking about going out there and building a big business, you want to say, Josh, I can't tell you how many times people come to me and say, Josh, I'm ready. That changed my life. Blah blah blah. That event or that book or that audio or that webinar or this. I'm ready now. Let's make it happen. And what happens is the decision in your mind to change is great. That's all well and good. But until you physically do it, you take the application and you say, okay, I'm not just going to say I'm ready. You know what? I'm going to cut some things out of my life. I'm going to do what you say. I'm going to restrict that flow. I'm going to keep the garbage from piling up. I'm going to start bringing some great things into my life, because when you bring great things in, then great things happen. And I can tell you, I'd be the first advocate of that. So you're the man.
You're the man, brother. I love doing this technology stuff. So cool, man. All right, let me go to some questions real quick, and we'll continue on, and we'll wrap this up. All right, so let's see here. I have a new prospect on the webinar who's very excited about this opportunity, yet still wants to contemplate when to join. Is there anything you could add to? The other thing I could add to that is, look, there's no time like now. Now is the time. People always put off till tomorrow, and I've never met someone successful that does that. Richard Branson says it best. When you see an opportunity, even if you don't know how to do it, say yes, and then get into massive action. That's how you become successful in this world. Okay, don't worry about having to know everything before you get going. It's like you wouldn't wait till every light is green before you left your driveway, would you? No, you just get in and you go, and you'll learn along the way. So that'd be my suggestion there. All right. I have a new person coming to Seacret. I just got a question. The people who have a solid stance in the company, how many average years have they been involved with the company? I'm from New Hampshire. Well, there's no one been involved more than 3 years. Okay, everyone's pretty much new. I mean, the company's new itself. So, you know, a lot of successful people, you know, there's no real dominant factor. There's a lot of people who came in just last year that broke everybody's record. I mean, a ton of the people who came in from Korea smashed everyone who came in before them. So it's hard to say. You know, the average is a year of people going out there and really working it. That's the question that you're answering. Derek Gilson, right on, buddy. I know you're going to be promoting it. Looking forward to having you on one of these webinars as well real soon. James Butler from Chesapeake, Virginia. What are some tips to make your story very compelling? That's a good question. Josh, let me go to you.
Tips to make your story compelling. Honestly, I would say don't. Here's the thing. Nobody wants a dull story. Nobody wants a boring story. Let me ask you this. Would you have invited me to your house in Southern California and done a video interview of me if my story was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, you know, came over, took a big check to come over here, and then didn't have any struggles, but just, you know, sponsored a few studs and then made a bunch of money? No. This is what I can share with every single person on the line right now is embrace the struggle. Embrace the struggle that you're going through. I know it's hard, and you might think it's easy for me to say, but trust me, I have my own struggles daily, just like we all do. I know Josh Denny does, and you have to embrace that struggle because know that the struggle that you're going through right now is not for you. I'll share something personal with you. My wife and I, my beautiful wife Heather's my best friend, love of my life, girl of my dreams. We went through a struggle last year. We actually split up, and there was a time where I didn't know that we were going to get back together. And you fast forward a year later, and we've been back together now a year. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Our relationship is completely different, and I know now. Back then, I was whining and crying and not knowing what to do. And guys, I messed up. I dropped the ball. I took my eyes off the ball and didn't work my business for a certain amount of time. And guess what? There's a $1 million lesson on how to stay diamond for an entire year. But what I want you to understand is now, looking back, I realized that struggle wasn't just for me. You know, this is what I got out of it. My wife and I's relationship is better than it's ever been now. And you wouldn't believe how many people since then have come to me and they're going through the same challenges. They're going through the same issues. And if I hadn't went through it first, Josh, and come out on the other end, I wouldn't have been able to give them a good word or any type of value to help them. So when it comes to creating a compelling story, embrace every struggle that you go through daily, document it, make a video, keep a journal, whatever it takes. And you know, at the end of the day, the circumstances that you're going through right now is not a reflection of where you will be at the end of this thing. So just keep a positive mindset, your eye on the target, and let's all get there together. Embrace the struggle.
Brilliant. Man, that's I can't say anything better. That's the deal. Thank you, Josh. Okay, here's the next question. There are people who say they've tried Dead Sea products, and there are 2 other companies like it that they purchased in the mall or in Israel. I know Seacret was the original Dead Sea products company, yet how do I answer their questions? Libby. You know, Libby, that's a great question. I really don't know the answer. All I do is, you know, when they ask me a bunch of questions, I go, look, I don't really know. All I know is just try this out. And I'm like, let me show you this. I don't try to bash their company's products, or I don't even know what it is. I don't even ask them any questions about it. Oh, really? Okay, great. Well, let me show you this stuff. I just will introduce them to the products and then introduce them to other people. You know, the thing that we all got to worry or not do is try to be experts. And I know that's the hardest thing because all of us want to be the expert. You know, we have this desire to want to know everything, have that magic answer for every question that comes in. Now, if you're around me for any length of time, I don't have answers for everything. And I don't mind saying, look, I don't really know. But here's what I do know. Okay, this is where I'm going. Okay, do you want to go there too? Great. This is how we're going to get there. I know there's other words than that, but that's the essence of it. And if you really take that to heart, then you'll be fine. Because here's what I know about people, human beings. All of us, every one of us, want to follow the man or the woman who is sure of where they're going and is going there with or without us. That's number one. So if you're like me, man, that's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for the warriors. I'm looking for the ones who want to go make something out of their lives, want to be something, want to be able to look back on their life and say, man, I did it. didn't just sit there. I didn't just wait to die. I did it. I did something. I'm looking for the man or the woman who wants their kids to admire them, who wants their spouse to admire them. He says, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it was tough. It was crazy hard, but I did it. I did it. That's the deal. So why worry about all the other stuff in my mind is nonsense. It's noise. Just go do it. In fact, here's what I want you to do. Go look up Art Williams' Just Do It speech and watch that every day. I want you to watch it every day in the morning. I want you to watch it every day at night. And then I want you to just do it and just go make it happen, okay? So there's that answer to that question. All right. What's the commission off the PC? Is it the same no matter what rank you are? No. 20% before you get to bronze, 25% after bronze. Dylan says, is Seacret coming out with new products? All the time and always. I don't know about this new convention, but we're going to be continually coming out with great quality stuff. I love this question, the last one I got so far. What if the 5 people that you're surrounded with are your family? Josh, I have an answer for this, but I want to go to you first.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's, you know what? That's a challenge. That's tough. Okay, this is where this is the time that we separate the men from the boys. Okay, or the girls from the ladies. And this is what happens. I've been in that position. Okay, some of you guys know when I first got married to Heather, we lived in a camper in my grandparents' backyard. Okay, I want you to know that before we moved into the camper, we had been married for about 6 months to a year, and we lived in my bedroom in my grandparents' double-wide trailer growing up. And it was me, it was Heather, it was my grandparents, it was my niece, and my other nephew. There was 7 of us living in this house, and every single person there, you know, my nieces and nephews, they're not far from my age now, so we're all kind of peers. My grandparents were there, and we're talking a family, an entire family, and you want to think, I would say the collective lifetime net worth of the entire family, all of us put together, lifetime. I'm talking my grandparents, you know, 63, 64 years old, working their entire lives, and I doubt they've ever earned $100,000 collectively in their whole life. And when I get into something like this, it was miserable. And for me, you just have to set expectations. And here's what I tell people, even when they join business. You know, sometimes you'll have some people join your business, and unfortunately people quit. And some people think, oh, they quit because they didn't make money. No, people don't quit because they don't make money. People quit because they thought something that didn't happen. And typically they think it because you led them to think it. And I am trust me, this is the pot calling the kettle black in this, okay? It's something I'm working on too. But what you have to do is set expectations. And I remember when we moved out, when we left my grandparents, we ended up not moving out, we moved 2.5 hours away. And I had, you know, and this is my my mom was killed in a car accident. I grew up with them. They were my rock, man, my grandparents, you know, like my mom and dad. And I had to just share with them and make it very clear. Listen, I love you very much. If you care about me and you love me the way I know that you do and the way I feel about you, you have to understand, I truly feel like there's a better way out there. I have come across something that I have seen the future with, and it looks good for me. And it could really look good for you. But right now, I just need to focus on this. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to have the same relationship, but I need some space. If I don't call as much or come around as much, it's because I'm working on me, and I'm going to work on me for you, because it's going to make me better for all of us in the end. And that's a conversation I had. And I know that I went a little long there, but it's a little tricky when you're talking about your family, especially when it comes to Seacret, because we hold family above everything. So you definitely have to just set those expectations right off the bat, I think, Josh.
Man, you nailed it again, right on the head. That's it. Like, I mean, your family's your family. I mean, that's why I do all this stuff. And, you know, we all have negative family sometimes, or at least that one person. And if you don't, God bless you. You're definitely way ahead of it. But if this is what you're doing, if you're doing this for your family, know that you've got to get around people who can help you get there, and just do it. Do exactly what Josh Wiles just described, and make it happen. So anyway, that I can't really add to that.
Let me add one more thing. At the end of the day there, If you do it and you set those expectations and you distance yourself, understand that you've now pulled the pin off the grenade. Okay, you have pulled the pin off the grenade. You have set expectations to your family. They don't understand what you're going to do. They just think you're going to go do something. And if you, I'm telling you, what happens if you pull the pin off the grenade and you hold it in your hand? What happens? You're left with a worse situation than when you started. So make sure, if you take that step and prep your family, you are ready to plug into the boot camp. You're ready to plug into our webinars and get this thing off the ground, because when you pull the pin on that grenade, you've got about 5 seconds to throw it. So just remember that. Let's make it happen. Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
Dude, that had to be said, because that is true. And I think the reason why a lot of times our family doesn't believe us is we have pulled the pin on the grenade and blew ourselves up a couple times, and we never went and did it. And so we have that. Look, everyone goes through that. If you show me someone who's never failed, then I'll show you someone who's definitely not a success. You show someone that has failed hundreds of times, and I'll show you a successful person. So right on the money, Josh. Let me go through these last few questions. We're going to wrap this bad boy up. All right. I am and I just heard of the product, interested and excited. How many agents in I don't know what, is that, am I Michigan? Forgive my ignorance. I think it is. I think it's Michigan. I really don't know. Probably not that many. It doesn't matter. I mean, California is the biggest market in America, and there's not that many in California. So you're in the clear. Thank you, Josh, for saying all that you're saying. I know I'm not the only one who's needing to hear all this and this energy. You're speaking my emotional level. So wonderful to hear you used to read the same way I did, which was not. Mr. Wiles, gosh, you guys are hitting this. Okay, there's not a question here, but thank you so much, Lori, Dale, Blair from Winnipeg. Thank you for that kind comment. Bob Oakes, thanks again. You're a champion. Patricia Hawk from Cleveland. Let's see. Who do I share the comp plan? Wait. Yes. Feel free to call me. My number is posted on my website. By the way, since I'm here, everybody, if you would do me the biggest favor, please, if you feel like you're getting content and value out of here, go like the page. It's at the top there. Just like it. Tweet it, like it, Google it, LinkedIn it. I don't know, all that stuff, all that social media happiness. If you could make that happen, that'd be great. Just go like the page at least, so we can, we can reach more of your contacts, so we can help you recruit more people in the business. This is why we've put the kind of investment we have in this platform. Why we're giving up our time is to make sure that you have every possible advantage of success. And so if you do that, that would be a major help. Now, you can, by the way, that is my phone number. It's an 800 phone number. It goes to me, and I'm happy to be talking with anybody if you have some real serious questions. I'd like to limit that to around this time. I got several days a week, not on the weekends. I'm with my family, or I'm traveling doing an event. Okay. Who do I share the comp plan with? New people that I want to introduce to business. Who do I share the comp plan with? New people that I want to introduce to the business. Look, I pretty much share the opportunity with everybody. When someone's interested in the opportunity, I'll go through the comp plan. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is through that video that Seacret puts out. It pretty much explains everything. I don't have to go into a lot of detail. That's a great way to do it. So anyway, that is all the questions we have. I think to recap this, and I'll have Josh say some final words, is just going, yep, no more questions. Look, work on changing the mental image. Set that destination in your mind. Really craft your life the way you want it to be. Work on changing those 4 things: what you see, what you hear, what you read, okay, the people you hang out with. Make a goal that you're going to get there. Use Seacret as a vehicle. Follow the Seacret program consistently, and you'll have success. Next week, again, next webinar, Mr. Isaac Benshabat. I think Josh Wiles, you're going to be on there as well. Is that right, Josh?
Yes. Yeah, I'll be on next Wednesday as well.
So we're going to have a lot of guest speakers, but Isaac Benshabat, primary CEO and owner of Seacret, will be on sharing his vision with everyone that you can possibly get on. So this is a guest event, guys. He has 2 parts. Remember, you get the guest event, get everyone on the guest event. He's going to share his vision, and then we're going to have the training where he'll go through some good information. And here's a guy who's made tens and tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars very, very successful man, very humble, who's going to be giving some incredible secrets to living a very successful life, and as well as the vision of Seacret. Next Wednesday, put it in your calendar, promote it every day. This is your opportunity to make a lot of money. And also, if you're not registered for Revolution, that's a major error in judgment, big mistake. Make sure you get registered immediately. And I'll hand it over to Josh for your closing comments. Anything, brother?
Guys, I just wanted to say, you know, Josh, obviously, thank you, brother, for putting this together. It's obviously a breath of fresh air. Anytime we can leverage your time, we respect it. But, guys, I would say this. I've been doing a lot of thinking myself lately, too. And what Josh said earlier was 100% spot on. You want to build this thing. It's not so much about who's the best or who's the sharpest or who's the best looking or who knows the most people or who's got the most money to buy the biggest package. You want me to tell you that the one who's going to, at the end of the day, make the most money in this deal, the one who's going to impact the most people, it's the one who makes that decision to go out there and relentlessly, through their circumstances, expose the most new people to this business, to this brand, to this opportunity, to this community, whatever you want to call it. And I think with our last event, guys, the Breakthrough Convention, when they rolled out the opportunity video, the whole new Preferred Customer Suite, everything that we have, that eliminated all the excuses for Preferred Customer Program. They gave us the 5 and 5 thing, ready to rock and roll. Now with this webinar, launching hand in hand with the Rank to Revolution promotion coming up in just 2 short months. 2 months from yesterday is the end of the event. So now we're just under 2 months. I think if every single person on here leverages this webinar and commit to getting 3 people a week, 5 people a week, if you spent all week long through your tedious, busy schedule, I know, I've been there, but if you can get 5 new people prepped properly, excited about this opportunity, and just get them on a webinar a week, guys, I really think I don't think there's a doubt that anybody can't be Royale by the time the event comes. You're going to get that double promotion bonus and some other perks in there on top of your room coverage for the event. So let's all just rank Advance to Revolution. I don't know about you guys. I'm tired of being the same rank for a year. I know Josh is ready to run. With that, bro, I'm in. So let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh Wiles. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, the Rank to Royale. If you don't know about it, make sure you get on your back office, log in, and read that promotion. It's unbelievable. Now, this will be up for replay shortly, I believe within the hour, and it'll be a little edited, but it'll be available for you to replay up until this time next week, when you're going to have Isaac Ben-Shabbat, CEO of Seacret, here on the webinar for you. So with that, God bless. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great night.